It was a rainy Thursday night in New York City when Oprah Winfrey missed her ride and ended up changing the course of a young boy's life forever. She wasn't supposed to be there. She wasn't supposed to take that cab. She wasn't supposed to look out that window at just the right moment. But she did. And what happened next will stay with you long after this story ends. Oprah had just wrapped a late charity roundtable in Harlem, the kind that starts hopeful, ends heavy, and stretches on with the weight of too many unmet needs. Her driver had waited, but left when the event ran over time. A scheduling mix-up. Nothing dramatic. Her assistant offered to call another car, but Oprah said no. "I'll hail a cab," she said, just like she used to. No cameras, no entourage. Just her, an umbrella, and a quiet urge to feel something real. And so she did. A yellow cab pulled up, its headlights flickering in the light rain. She climbed in. "Four Seasons downtown," she told the driver. He nodded without looking back, and just like that, she was on her way. They hadn't gone more than 10 blocks when the cab slowed to a near stop near Central Park. The driver muttered under his breath, "He's there again." Oprah looked up. Under a crooked lamppost stood a boy, maybe 9, maybe 10, soaked to the bone, clutching a backpack and a cracked plastic lunchbox. No coat, no umbrella, just stillness in the rain. "You know him?" Oprah asked. The driver nodded, glancing at her through the mirror. "I see him there every Thursday. Same time, same spot, just waits." "For who?" "Never says, but he's always alone." The streetlight flickered above the boy, like a warning. Oprah's heart stirred. She didn't hesitate. "Pull over." She stepped into the rain and approached the boy slowly, umbrella shielding them both. He looked up, cautious, uncertain, but not afraid. "Hey there," she said gently. "You okay?" He didn't answer. She crouched down, balancing on her heels, close, but not too close. "What's your name?" "Jalen," he said, just above a whisper. "You waiting for someone?" He nodded. "My dad. He was supposed to meet me here." Oprah glanced around. The streets were quiet. The park behind them, darker than it should have been. "When was he supposed to come?" Jalen shrugged. "A while ago." Her stomach turned. "How long have you been waiting here, Jalen?" "5 Thursdays." He said it like it was normal. Like this was what you did when you loved someone who might come back. Oprah's breath caught. She swallowed hard. "You come here every Thursday?" He nodded. "Just in case." She held out her hand. "Come on, let's get you dry." Jalen hesitated, then picked up his lunchbox and followed her to the cab. The driver didn't ask questions, just looked at Oprah with quiet recognition. He knew this wasn't just kindness. This was purpose. Back in the cab, she handed Jalen a granola bar from her bag. He unwrapped it slowly, like it was a luxury. "Where do you live?" she asked. "With my aunt, in Queens, but she works nights." Oprah nodded. She didn't pry, not yet. "Do you go to school?" "Sometimes, when I wake up in time." The simplicity of his words broke her, not because they were tragic, but because they weren't. They were facts, normal to him. They arrived at the hotel. Oprah helped him into the lobby. A concierge raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. Within minutes, dry clothes were found. A hot meal was ordered, and Jalen, sitting at a small table, legs swinging, eating macaroni and cheese, started to open up. His mother had died nearly a year ago. His dad left soon after. One day, he said he needed to go think, and never came back. His aunt took him in, did her best, but she worked 2 jobs. Some nights, Jalen didn't see her at all. No bedtime stories, no check-ins. Just a note on the fridge and a microwave dinner waiting. Still, he loved her. "She's trying," he said, "but sometimes I think she forgets I'm a kid." Oprah felt the tears form behind her eyes. She blinked them away. "You shouldn't have to be this strong," she said. "I'm not strong," Jalen replied. "I just don't have a choice." The next morning, Oprah's team reached out to Jalen's aunt. They found her on a break between shifts at a diner. She was panicked, apologetic, exhausted. She came straight to the hotel, wearing a stained apron and worry on her face. "I didn't know," she said. "I thought he was sleeping when I left." Jalen ran into her arms, and for a moment, the world softened. Oprah sat them both down. No judgment, just conversation. The aunt, whose name was Rena, worked 16 hours a day to cover rent, groceries, and Jalen's school supplies. She was drowning, but she hadn't asked for help because she didn't know she could. "Every day I wake up scared I'll fail him," she said. "And maybe I already have." Oprah took her hand. "You haven't failed. You just need support. Let me help." Within days, Oprah moved mountains. Rena was connected with social services. Jalen was enrolled in a school that understood trauma, that had counselors, mentors, and warmth. Oprah hired a part-time caregiver so Rena could rest between shifts. She covered rent for the year so Rena could breathe. But more than money, Oprah gave them time, space, dignity. Jalen started smiling more. He started drawing. He loved space, planets, stars. He told Oprah he wanted to be someone who helps kids like me one day. She hugged him. "You already are." 1 month later, they returned to the same lamppost on a sunny Thursday afternoon. Jalen looked at it, quiet for a moment. "I used to think my dad would come back here," he said. "But now I don't have to wait anymore." Oprah knelt beside him. "Do you miss him?" He nodded. "But I miss me more," he added, "and I'm starting to get me back." Years passed. Jalen grew tall, curious, fierce. He loved chess, wrote short stories, learned to make French toast for his aunt every Saturday morning. At 17, he stood on a stage at a youth leadership summit and told his story. "I waited for someone who left me, but someone showed up who didn't have to. That changed everything." Oprah was in the front row, tears streaming down her face. At 18, Jalen received a full scholarship to study child psychology. "I want to help kids the way I was helped," he said in his interview, "because nobody should feel invisible in a city this big." Oprah told him she was proud, not because he succeeded, but because he never stopped believing that kindness could be real. All of this because one Thursday night, Oprah missed her car, hailed a cab, and looked out the window at just the right time. Sometimes, life gives us moments we don't plan for because we're meant to change something or someone. And sometimes, the most powerful thing we can do is show up, because showing up again and again might just save a life. If this story moved you, share it. Maybe it'll inspire someone else to look out their own cab window and not look away.